Okay, Coach, new season is now upon us, and one of the neat things about this group, and it was the case last year too, but anytime I talk with you or the other coaches, rarely is football the first thing that comes up about these kids. It's normally about how great of a team they are, how much you love their demeanor. So talk to us quickly about that and about how that growth has looked.
Yeah, this team's unique in the fact that, a team is just a web of relationships. Like everybody, me and the player, coaches, there's all these webs, and we always call them green line relationships. That means they're good. There's trust, there's communication, there's a lot of love and care there. And this team probably has more of those than anyone that we've had here, just in terms of how they treat each other, how they show up every day with a great attitude. They're real consistent, very coachable. And so, it's hard to get 40 kids that way. Like you'll get 25 on some teams, 18 on. Well, we got a lot. We got upwards 30 kids that really are very similar and do a good job maintaining and building those relationships. So, to say they're easy to coach it is. I mean, football's never easy. It's not easy to coach, not easy to play, but from dealing with them on a day-to-day basis, definitely this is a group that's a lot of fun to be around and enjoyable to practice with. All those things are positive.
All right, so let's say you come in or one of the other coaches comes in and says, all right, this group has matured, they have grown. What are some of the specific tangibles that you could say, here's why, here's how? Yeah,
the obvious one and just objectively is the weight room. The numbers in the weight room have really grown, and I felt like last year that was an issue for us is physical strength, and we had done some things in the weight room that were really good. I thought we did some good flexibility stuff, but I felt like we got pushed around a little bit at times. Some of that was youth and just when you got young guys out there that played a lot, but some of it was physicality. And so the obvious one in the growth is the weight room numbers and how much they've improved. But outside of that, just the maturity of being dependable and showing up and seeing kids the way they communicate with each other, like being able to challenge a teammate, hey man, today you're not really getting after it, we got to have a little more out of you, and then a player accepting that. And that goes back to those relationships, the conversations before the conversation are what's important, and how they built those with each other to where when it comes time to challenge somebody, you're able to do that because you built some credit with them before that in terms of how you've handled yourself. So excited about those two things, the strength and then the relationships and the way they've handled building some team camaraderie and chemistry.
All right, we're here with a group of players, all three offensive linemen. Got two juniors, Aaron Handley, Carson Gilliland, and then senior Gage Blanton in between them two. And we're excited to spend a few minutes with them to break down how the summer has gone. Guys, you were talking earlier about the importance of overnight camp. We're going to talk just quickly about why that ended up being an important thing. Aaron, kind of lead us off. Tell us what that was and why it was so memorable.
It was a team thing, so everybody came here as a team. We stayed the night. And we worked as a team. Team chemistry. That's it.
All right, so you built team chemistry by staying overnight. Carson, what made that staying together so memorable and built that chemistry?
You had to stay here for 2.5 days, and about midnight the first day, you're starting to get a little tired of them, and you just got to push through it. And when you're trying to go to sleep and no one's shutting up, you just had to sit there until everyone went to sleep. And then the next day, you just loved them even more.
All right. Wonderful stuff. Gage, talk to us quickly about how boot camp ended. Last day of boot camp, you said was a pretty important day.
The last day of boot camp, probably the most fun day of boot camp. Early wake-up call around 6:50. Head out to the memorial down there, said the pledge, said a prayer, walked out, did our annual mile fun run, as Coach Panter calls it. Got to go jump in the water, roll around in the sand, be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Go head out for the run when you get back, and that signifies that boot camp was done.
All right, so we're here with our coordinators for this year's team. You've got Jase Trotter, his offensive coordinator, Ben Panter, defensive coordinator, and Jeff Ward, special teams coordinator, also coaches on the defense. So we're excited to spend a few minutes with them to preview the season. So Coach Trotter, let's start there. Give us just a quick rundown about your enthusiasm, what you're excited about when it comes to that side of the ball, and maybe who we can anticipate seeing over there.
Yeah, sure. We're, of course, going to try to get more guys on one side of the ball and try to run the ball that way. Our linemen have got stronger, like we talked about in the weight room. So I'm really excited about running behind. You seniors and juniors this year. Now we're talking about sophomores and juniors. Gage Blanton, Carson Gilliland, have Landon Lee on the line. Brady McClinney's going to jump in there some. Brady Jones going to jump in there some. We got a bunch of good core group of guys, skill-wise, who've matured another year. You got Tyler Thomas, Caden Aaron, Casey Dickerson, Rick Johnson going to jump in some, Bridger Upton, Aiden Carson, just a bunch of same names from last year, just bigger and stronger this year.
Coach Panter, let's talk now about defense, your goals, who we can look for.
Well, absolutely. We want to. Well, number one, we want to shut everybody out if we can. That's the number one thing. We want to stop the run. That's huge. We want to bring a lot of energy every night and run around, fly to the football. We've got to stop that run, and we're going to start with up front. I mean, that's where it starts. And we've got some new kids that have came in, have not played football before. We've Mason Love is going to be a senior for us, but he's going to anchor us on the edge a little bit. I think he's a real strong kid. We've got Quincy Graham. We've got Troy McLemore. We've got his brother Peyton that's going to play. He's a senior for us. He's going to be a really good player for us. He's going to anchor that thing out on that defensive line for us. And he's also going to swap back and forth to some will linebacker. And then we have Trace Cagle that's going to head that thing up at the mic. He's been with us for 3 years now, and he's just going to be a junior. He has grown. You just wouldn't believe the growth in him and the way he's come along. And so he'll call us and get us in the strength calls. And then on that back end, we've got Logan Tarvin. We've got Bridger Upton. Those two guys will be juniors. And then we have at the secondary position, we have Chris Eckroth. He's going to be a senior for us, and he's been with us. It feels like Chris has been with us for 4 or 5 years. He's stronger. He's really been aggressive this spring, and so we're looking for some good things out of him. And then we have Xavier Frazee, which is going to be a sophomore for us, young guy that's going to we think he's really going to come on and do some good things.
Yep, came on strong at the end of last year.
Absolutely,
as a freshman.
Yeah.
Very, very good. All right, Coach Ward, special teams. Can't do it without you guys, right?
That's right. As I always say, that's a special group, especially out of the three phases of the game. But I'm excited just because we got new help, more help. Jack Spratling is coming in, Coach Jack Spratling. He just came in, and he was once a kicker. So far as the kicking game, I wasn't a kicker. I was just a returner. So to be able to coach up the kickers, Brady Jones, Hampton Hall, you have Chris Eckroth that tries to get in, but he's able to teach them the technique and how things are supposed to be done the right way. And so that's what I'm excited about more than anything. It's more knowledge that's going to be bringing to that aspect of the game, or that phase of the game that I'm excited about more than anything. And then, of course, as they name the players that's going to be on offense and defense, special teams, we combine all the best ones that we can get out there and try to make that thing work. And I'm excited about the things to come. I feel like we're growing, different schemes, stuff like that we're trying to grow in to be different in. So I'm excited about that as well.
Three important dates,
Yeah.
2 this week, and then that jamboree for the next week. Just quickly tell us about this coming Thursday, August the 10th, kickoff dinner.
Yep.
Here at the building, at the indoor facility,
Yep.
6:30 p.m. What do you need to tell the folks about that?
Yeah, that's a big event for us, and we just want to bring people in and get them together to kick the season off, get people excited. Matt Woods will be our guest speaker. That night we'll feed. There's no charge, but we do ask that you RSVP. Please text me or reach out and let me know if you plan on coming, just so we have numbers on food. But we'll give away some door prizes, get together, talk a little football, enjoy some fellowship. But it's a great night. We'll do it here in the facility. And then the following night we have Meet the Cats, and I think it starts at 6, which is Friday the 11th. That'll be here, and we'll have all our Toy Bowl kids and cheerleaders, and we'll introduce everybody. And then we'll culminate that with about a 50-play scrimmage of the varsity there with some special teams mixed in to finish the night off. The admission to that is one cleaning item, and we really need shout, things like that, stain remover. That's a big thing that we use on Friday nights when we get back, is to clean those uniforms. But that night will be Friday the 11th. And then the following Friday will be a jamboree at Curry. So we'll play about a half of real football just to try to get some game speed conditioning in and kind of rep your stuff against somebody else. And then the second half we'll play the younger guys, not middle school, but younger, junior high type guys to get them some work too. So we're excited. It's about to roll. Football season's here. Before we close out, I want to say this. This thing's awesome. I'm glad we still do this. This is our third year. And appreciate you guys and all of those that subscribe and watch it. And we get a lot of good feedback on this thing. And just want to say that this is a lot of fun and we enjoy doing it. And go Wildcats.